Right, so I have returned once again today to actually deliver another stream of To Your Eternity. That's if we get life on the old YouTubes, that is. Hopefully we do. I'm hoping. Why is the advert called the Unskippable Minute when you can skip the advert? Isn't that a contradiction? Otherwise, it's got an advert saying the Unskippable Minute. I was like, after 5 seconds I actually could skip it. I was like, huh. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, enough talk of YouTube's weird advert system. I actually am today covering episode 8 of To Your Eternity. As episode 7 actually was once again really damn good. It was actually an episode that might or might not be highlighting the descent of sadness this show might in theory be going to once again, which, if that's the case, it's not bad. I would kind of imagine that I don't really want it to be constant like, oh yeah, by the way, depression all the time. It needs to sprinkle some hope in there somewhere. Constantly just be like, konnichiwa, genki desu ka? I was gonna be like, oh man, by the end of it. I know the whole entire thing that world suck and all, and people suck and all, but I need something. Hello, konbanwa. Also, hi gozaimasu, genki desu ka? So yeah, it'd be one of those things to watch out whether or not this show does sort of throw a curveball here and there when it comes to emotion, but by the way, the episode's actually ending last week, and the actual then Suda Ken giving us the old ultimatum saying, bro, sadness. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be sad, but I'm going to be sad probably. Anyways, actually put on Twitter, actually gone live before I actually do so, because my brain is on the verge of shutting down. Alright, god damn it. Please God's going past as well. It's kind of handy that my microphone system actually has a button to actually just mute my microphone when I need to. That's nice. I like that. Anyway, let's get the show started. Let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. I don't want to be sad. That's the mood. I don't want to be sad. Suda, thank you. Give Gugu some happiness, alright? The poor lad needs some happiness at this point. Because there's either going to be it's going to be that there's no sadness at all in the actual episode title. It's just an old troll, as they say. But there's also the other obstacle that maybe his brother died. That might happen to his brother as well. Because again, it was kind of weird that he just randomly vanished. Well, he didn't vanish randomly. He sort of just went, I'm out of here, boys. I'm gonna do some shit and all, and come back later on at some point in time. Who knows? Maybe I might, maybe I won't. Who knows? That's life, bro. So I hope we get some level of happiness in the end, but I doubt it. There's too many things that are going on in this show that make me kind of like question that this is going to be a happy ending for him. Which should be sad because we just had March, and March died, which is still like the world's biggest what the fuck man in the whole entire anime so far, which is all full of what the fuck man episodes. So I don't know. Suda saved me is the main mood, which actually makes me wonder that the actual opening is basically one massive lie as well, because the opening has March growing up. So it makes me wonder whether or not it's just like oh yeah, by the way, look at all these people happy, and it's actually like, no. It's true, even though sometimes it gives us really bad news as well, though. Though, to be honest, if I was getting any news that might or might not depress me, I probably want Suda Kenjiro to actually give me said news, because it would be kind of like, yeah, that's depressing and all, but your voice is nice, so it's actually kind of like, it balances it out in the end. And that's the mood. It's kind of nice to actually see Fushi actually growing as well, though. Actually having actual sentences actually being said now. That's kind of cool. And laughing and joking and everything like that as well. This is all happening so fast. This is all happening fast. He cares. Oh wow, he got destroyed. I do actually kind of like that. It actually kind of does the whole twist on the idea of like, oh yeah, by the way, his love interest actually is now working here. In other shows, it'd be like, oh shit, I'm gonna try my best to actually kind of win her over. In this context, like, So that in of itself is actually kind of interesting. That's actually kind of cool when you think about it. It's like, well, yeah, I just needed the spear. Boom, there you go. It's there. It's so convenient and actually kind of cool. And now he has 2 knives. Now, see, the real question to ask is actually, can he materialize Half-Life 3 into existence? That's the real test. Once he does that, then boom, we're good to go, boys. Honestly, a really convenient ability to have, to be honest. He's basically a Minecraft crafting table. IRL, basically. He learned. I also kind of feel like if the show does sort of go down the route of being like constant depression, you're always going to be waiting for it, if you get what I mean. And it kind of becomes a little bit, it has the exact same effect that Kimetsu no Yaiba has with the actual antagonists. That after a while you start suspecting the exact same thing starts transpiring. You're like, okay, I get it, alright. And then by the end of it, you're like, okay, I understand, don't worry about it. So I kind of imagine, I don't want it to be the exact same thing here. I didn't think it will be, but I kind of got a hunch that maybe it might do it, but again, don't want it to. I want it to kind of always throw curveballs like the opening does, because the opening kind of gives you the idea that, oh yeah, by the way, that they're actually gonna grow up and actually have a happy family, and actually in most contexts is that no, that's not the case. It'd be kind of cool actually, could in theory actually just get rid of pain as well. That'd be kind of great. You what, mate? I don't think that's the point. I'm sorry. Man's just put. All right. You know, it's kind of like, you what? What? It's not mate spelled M-A-T-E either. It's M8. That's the level of like what, bro? That you can actually kind of achieve with that whole entire sentence. It's like, bruh. So yeah, come back. We know you know you've got like liqueur in your body and all. It won't kill you, so it's fine. Just come back. It's fine. All right, mate. Yeah, this is a really high functional family the more I think about it. Dude just kind of just put the cure inside him like that. It's like, This is just... That's an interesting turn of events. Yeah, no one's actually gonna look for him yet. He's kind of just standing there. Honestly, that's got to be like the biggest burn in the world as well. Just like, yeah, no one's just going after him. Like I said, I was gonna say, I probably wouldn't be the actual way to do it. Imagine Doctor being like, what the fuck? I didn't train like 7 years to kind of be told, yeah, by the way, I've got to remove like liqueur from your stomach. That would be like, yeah, same to be honest. What the hell's going on here? I appreciate you actually don't at all see like what's underneath. I can't actually speak words today, Jesus Christ. Google's actual mask though. I actually kind of like you actually don't see it at all. It does actually kind of add to the mystery, and every single time you kind of learn something new, you're like, wait, what? Every single time. Oh, hello. Thank you so much as well. Actually, hope you actually do have a wonderful day as well. Thank you. But do actually enjoy the episodes. Actually quite interesting so far. That's not nice, alright? You open his heart to you and just kind of just reply like that. That's not nice. He's not fine. What the fuck, man? So actually, what I would want the episode actual end of us being able to actually see his face as well. That might be an interesting way to end it. Because again, you actually don't really know anything at this point. It's only the idea of it's only how everyone else perceives him rather than how we perceive him. I think there's a lot of salt there, bro. So that's a lot of salt, bro. It is interesting though, because again, we're basically relying. We can't. Ow, hair's falling out. You can't actually. You don't actually don't know his face. You only know the reaction of everyone else. So you're actually only able to actually understand how he looks through the lens of other people's reactions, rather than actually how we would see him. It's an interesting use of the whole entire dynamic, because I see it quite often, but again, here is actually kind of interesting. Because here you literally cannot see his face. Let that one slip. Let that one slip. Poor Fushi. He attempts, but he actually fails every single time. Why is everyone dicks? Jesus Christ! The fuck, man? Everyone's just a dick in this show sometimes. What the hell? Well, this is just, bruh. We right now is Goo Justice. Because the moral story in this whole entire context is people are assholes. Well, this is just depressing. I guess we know what we're in for now at this point. Is it much to ask for just a little bit of happiness? I don't know, just a tiny weeny bit of it. The fuck? Fish to the rescue as well. I just the world in this show is just horrendous. Holy fuck. Like one good person per like 150,000 people in this show at this point. Well, the good people we know are basically either dead or gone. Alright, there's the silver line in the end, isn't it? I mean, we're all just like trying to gloss over the idea that the entirety of this, like, the world in this show is fucked at this point. God damn. There's just no way you can actually, like, just feel like you're actually like, okay, alright. Because, like, there's, like, one good person. And it's like, there might in theory be 10 good people that you actually met so far in this show. The rest of them are dicks. God damn. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a realistic approach to the whole entire thing, because don't get me wrong, it's not as if it's going to be like in a utopian place that everyone's a nice person, but good fucking lord. You know, he's just kind of like, wow. Jesus Christ. Like, just Jesus Christ. It's just, I don't understand, like, how could everyone just be that way? It's just, it's the idea. I like the idea behind it that you don't ever see Google's face. All you know is actually what everyone else sees, and actually how they react versus how we as an audience will react if we saw his face. And I kind of like the idea that it's still shrouded in mystery. The only bit of like information we get is his eye. Essentially, it's all we actually know. Everything else around it, we have zero idea about it. I like the mystery behind the whole entire idea because it kind of adds layers to. It adds layers to then the eventual reveal, because we actually might in theory be like, well, everyone else is just kind of stupid. We still do think that because everyone else is kind of stupid anyway. Fuck's sake! As well, every single time it's like, yeah, by the way, everyone's kind of cool, everyone's happy. By the way, fucking, like, shadows everywhere. Death, maybe. Depression all around. It's like, just give us toss a bone here, guys. God, what is it? Is it happiness? Is it a little bit of, like, a little sprinkle of depression? I don't know. It's like every single time he just wants to kind of just make us go, oh, okay. I like Fushi's growth, but fuck me, as this show is just, it's a lot, man. It's a lot to take in every single week. It's a good show. It's a really good show, but fuck. You just kind of, you like. That is kind of a little bit. I get what you mean actually, but man, I don't know. So moral of the story. People aren't good people. Some people are. Like the father was a good person. He actually wasn't. He didn't actually look at him and go, get out of here like everyone else was saying. He actually did him free, let him stay, and actually let him work still. Everyone else around him was just like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I guess from that perspective, it's the idea that if he stays around, then possibly everyone else might in theory see him and actually then not come back. But then at that point, everyone else is a dick. So I don't know. But I guess I get the perspective, and I guess I don't get the perspective, but I kind of see why they'd throw that in there. But at the same time, the reaction itself wasn't like great. That's the problem. It wasn't a good reaction. It was bad vibes all around. But that needs a vibe check. Needs an intervention, I must say. But I like that Fushi and Gugu actually are getting along. That's actually kind of nice. That's just they're siblings now at this point. So again, it's the idea that he effectively kind of broke bonds with his original brother. So there's that. So I guess we'll probably maybe see what actually might happen to him later on, because again, it is interesting he gave him the ring and actually allowed him to actually just kind of carry on. I get the idea that it doesn't solve any issues. I like that it does sort of go into the idea that monetary gain doesn't solve issues. It just kind of perpetuates the sense of loneliness and dread that does come along with that whole entire idea. Because don't get me wrong, the concept of selling that whole entire ring might have in theory actually saved Gugu's life to the point that he actually might in theory be able to live comfortably on his own. But at the same time, it doesn't fix the loneliness he doesn't really have, and actually subsequently then the reaction everyone else has to him as well, because you don't really know what the doctor's done to him, to be honest, or the actual old dude's done to him. So there's still that whole entire perspective. We only know small bits and bobs here and there. So at that point, understand that again, it does sort of go into this whole entire idea. There's just nothing he can do fixes a centralized problem the whole entire show, unless he actually kind of grows to accept that he, in everyone else's eyes, he's a monster, but to him, he's actually human. I actually kind of like at the end of it, Fushi comes along and actually saves him, because effectively everyone else does in theory actually perceive Fushi to actually be a monster as well. So two monsters coexisting, monsters in inverted commas, because technically speaking, they're not really monsters, but actually getting along, actually coexisting, actually kind of then growing as humans is actually kind of a good thing. It actually kind of cancels out that whole entire perspective that otherwise everyone else kind of has. Yeah, I like the involvement of Gugu into Fushi's life. It actually is kind of interesting. Again, what this show does, it does really damn well. I just kind of maintain this show is a lot to take in every single week, and actually comes to the point that you're just like, holy fuck, by the end of every episode. It has the exact same thing that Fruits Basket has. Fruits Basket's just a constant whirlwind of emotions that you can't, like, God, give me a break. I need, like, one episode of happiness, please. And every single week is just like, oh yeah, more depression. I'm like, bruh, help me here. Just toss me a bone. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, I guess, next week with the possible advancement of this whole entire, like, arc itself. But it's actually going to be kind of interesting. I just kind of feel like everyone else is just kind of a dick in this whole entire world, and I just don't care. Just every single time we go, just like, wow, everyone do be an asshole. That does effectively kind of maybe just distance yourself a lot from the actual overall emotion, like, not emotions, the actual events that happen in the town, but again, it does actually kind of have a realistic approach to the whole entire thing, because as we know, nowhere in the world is free of assholes. So there's that. So anyway, that is me done for today. So as always, you actually have enjoyed this whole entire show in Doom 3, as always, leave a like because it does help quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire show in Doom 3, also leave a subscription as well, because both do help quite a lot. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire show in Doom 3, always leave a follow on Twitter because it does help quite a bit. Actually, then know when you streams are live and any other streams that do as well. And as always,ご視聴ありがとうございます。僕の動画を面白いと思ったらいいねやチャンネル登録をお願いします。So in the next episode 9 of Fruits Basket of To Your Eternity.